when you guys were submitted for this show, did any of you read for different characters before you were cast as the one you are now playing? And how many times did you have to read for that character before you actually got cast? And if you're reading for a different character, were you disappointed with the one you got?
Oh, I can take that up quick because I auditioned for Dr. Whale, yeah, and Imagineer. They had me read for both. I can't remember which I read for first, but they asked me to read for that. And I was in the mix apparently for both, and then didn't get it. And then when King Midas came up, they were like, "Oh my goodness," you know. I was like, "Oh cool." The producers were really nice guys, and they came up and just said, "You know, you didn't get those other two parts, but we knew this was coming. We really wanted to see you for this, and I was just lucky you didn't cut your hair." I was like, "Oh good." But yeah, so it was cool. Like I mean, and having seen the script from that standpoint, and I was salivating trying to get on the show. Like I couldn't wait. So there you go.
I always had read for the Blue Fairy, and I had just had a baby, so I was sort of still in that zone of like, okay. Somebody said to me, "Oh, I saw your baby at the audition." I was like, "Right after the audition." I don't remember that. I probably read, I think I read at least 3 times, and it might have even been 4. And I remember I wore this like full length, I was like, "She's a fairy." You know, a lot of the other girls had like a blue scarf, or you know, everybody tried to do sort of something. And I was like, "She's a fairy." I wore this cape, I had this green velvet full length cape thing, and I wore that. And I remember Mark Malad saying, "I know I sound like a perv, but what shape are you underneath that? What do you look like?" I was like, "Oh my god, I just had a baby." So then the next time I came, I wore this like little shield dress, and then I got
You know, I auditioned for Jimmy Cricket, and it was one of those things where I didn't know. The question I had was, do they want a voice match? I mean, did they want something? They said, no. They want it real. And again, I think that's sort of been the hallmark of the show, is that they've really tried to kind of create something that's real. And I think friends who've been auditioning for the show, they said, "Well, you know, what do I?" And I said, invariably, always I just sort of encourage them to sort of go back to something that's real, because that's where we get that human connection, right, with the characters. I auditioned for it. I walked out, excuse me, and then they chased me down and brought me back, and we did it again. It was a scene between Henry and I in the pilot. They had told me afterwards that they had seen a lot of guys for it, and they couldn't quite. Apparently, some people, you know, it's that loving relationship between a therapist and the boy, and I guess in some people's hands it got a little creepy. So I'm a dad, so I had full access to that, you know, relationship, and I anyway, it just sort of came my way very quickly. So yeah, I'm very grateful.
We only have time for one more question.
Okay.
Can we go over here? How much? Oh,
Exactly how much direction does Disney have in the making of Once Upon a Time?
I have no idea, but I can only imagine it's a lot, because you're dealing with these characters that are owned by them, and not the least of which they're still, you know, making money from them. I mean, if you go to Disneyland now, you can buy shirts and hats and mugs and things that have all of these characters. They're you know, hugely proprietary about these characters. So the fact that they would be open to doing a show where they could take these, you know, characters, dust them off, bring them back, bring them into the Back to the Future, as it were, and do something with them is fantastic. I'm certain that Adam and Eddie, although I've never been a part of them and I haven't been told directly, but I would certain that they have huge meetings with Disney. Disney is gigantic and would have a lot of say about probably certain directions of things. But what that is or what those discussions are, I'm not sure.
They pay the bills.
Do we have time for Ariel's question? Yell it out.
I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you guys for the whole team who brings the show to life. And it's wonderful to deliver really great characters for you guys. And Ariel, obviously, is what I grew up with. So I tell you, I did let it ride. Yes, when I saw the teaser finally for the first time. But we love you guys so much. And what, have you seen, like, a kid or anybody just, like, light up and you felt that moment of, like, really the magic that you tell about, like, that moment? You're like, wow, we're keeping this and these stories and traditions alive.
Well, I think we see it every time we come to one of these conferences. The fans, the Once Upon a Time fans around the world, because we So Raphael and I have both been sort of traveling around, and we get it every time we go to one of these. And you get it on Twitter, and you get it on Facebook, or wherever you're at. You know, we know that Onceers are ardent fans, and that you love us and we love you back. We couldn't be a show without you. So thanks back to you.
Thank you.